Greetings, Andy here again. 10th of December, and our Advent calendar window today has my number 15 of my 2023 countdown of favourite 24 albums. And today we have a brew. No, not a cup of tea. We have London Brew, and so this is another jazz record. And if you saw my video I did on the London jazz scene a couple of 2 or 3 months ago, then I did mention this one in there. So London Brew is a collective that was specifically put together to produce, obviously a collective of jazz musicians from the London jazz scene, hence London Brew, which was specifically put together to produce an album to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Miles Davis's seminal Bitches Brew. Now it arrived a bit late, so it's I think that was 2021. It should have been, or maybe 2020. I can't remember. I should have checked that. But this has arrived this year. 2 or 3 years later than its actual anniversary, and it was held up by the pandemic and all sorts of things, and difficulties with that. And it's an ensemble of some of the leading jazz artists, that are within the London jazz scene. So I'm going to refer to my notes here if I'm looking over here. And this included, there were actually 12 of them, and it included the likes of Nubia Garcia, who's a great saxophonist, Shabaka Hutchins, who plays in several bands, also saxophonist and flautist, Nick Rahm, I think he's a guitarist, Theon Cross, who's a fabulous tuba player, Tom Herbert, Tom Skinner, amongst other. And Tom Skinner, of course, is now 1/3 of the Smile. And this album is, the cover, just to look at it, it's this imposing. It's fabulous when you look at it as a whole. When you look at it close up, it's basically a photographic collage, made up of lots of photos pulled together to put this sort of like imposing face on it. And it's described as samplism, and was produced by an artist called Toby Laurent Belsom in 2022. So anyway, back to the back to the album. So it was scheduled to be recorded, and then it got, in early 2021, I believe, and it got all held up by the pandemic. And the musicians, in the end, got into the studio, which is called the Church in London, and is a converted church now. A studio, and they got in there something like a couple of days after the last lockdown freed up late in 2021, and basically spent 3 days jamming and produced this amazing album, which is a double, and it's on a sort of, I don't quite know how to describe the colour. It's a sort of purpley, mauvey, fair heavyweight vinyl. The title track, London Brew, goes across the whole of the first side and most of the second side, and then there's another track on the second side called, let me just check it. It's called Miles Chase's New Voodoo in the Church, which is a play on one of the tracks on the original Bitches Brew, Miles Chase's New Voodoo, but they said in the church because that's where they're doing this. Fabulous modern jazz, this ultra modern jazz. They were specifically chosen, so they didn't just do it on their own. They were specifically chosen to produce this album. The album is not a covers; it's a celebration and a reimagining of Bitches Brew. Done by artists who are currently pushing that edge of the leading edge of jazz. As I say, it's a double album, just of modern jazz, and even though it is essentially one long jam session, it's broken up and it doesn't really sound. I mean, there are elements where you can tell they're jamming, but you know, there is greater structure in that, and it's a very, very fine modern jazz record. And the inside the cover, you've got a picture of some of the artists, and then there's a essay on actually how it all came together, and it had the approval of Miles's son and a nephew. Apparently managed the estate and all the copyrights and stuff like that. So it is a, you know, it's a reimagining and a celebration. But it's an official 50th anniversary, and it's very good indeed. So London Brew, that's my number 15. Please come along tomorrow. We get to day 11. Thanks for watching. Cheers.